Really snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny. Hey, g'day and welcome to another night of Trackside Cockpit this week on a Monday night to start our night with our build-up to the teams this weekend. Your TWS and PTS SuperStock Teams Nationals is going to be exciting. I'm just going to switch this around because we can't have us on the wrong side, me and Kinza. We've done it for so many years, but a big, huge thanks to the people that support us. Vasey Engineering Supplies Limited, thank you. Lala TWS Technical Welding Services, always a huge supporter of us. And thank you to Total Property Maintenance, always sticks by us as well. And, of course, our main friend, Mike at Repco Huntley as well. These guys all will support us, which we appreciate. And I just want to say too, Kins, all the people who are sponsored have been on our shirts and tops over the years too. You know, you've got Loveridge Auto Electricians, you've got Rapid Racewear, we've got, I'm trying to remember them all now, and we give the guys shit for not having their sponsors ready in here. I am struggling. Ethan Reeves' business, what's that? That's CSR.
Yeah. Keep going.
Race Cars, Peter Reezy always supports us. I should have got a list up, but if I do remember, but these are people we just keep putting on our gear. As you can see, I've done a test top here for the front, and you've seen the back I put up. So the test has come up good. So we'll put a post up soon for people that want to get shirts. But, mate, how have you been? You keep it out of the weather?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you, mate. Very quiet on the motorsport front. You know, I think the TV was the best friend over the weekend, to be honest. But I've been out of town working, doing some live broadcasts, live streaming of big events, and been here, there, everywhere. But I'm excited ahead of this weekend, to be honest with you. Touch wood, touch anything you can grab these days, because the weather so far today, even though it's only a build-up on a Monday evening, it looks pretty good for this Saturday and Sunday. But Anzac Day, you know, we commemorate first and foremost at a dawn ceremony, at another service wherever you tend to head to, maybe Saturday morning to pay your respects and whatnot, whatever you may be doing. Then, of course, we can look forward to the action. It's going to be Impact on Saturday and the big night on Sunday.
Mate, and, you know, and also they've got a tested tune at that new 21 Speedway, I think it's called.
Correct,
or something.
correct.
I'm going to try and make my way out there Sunday morning and have a looky-looks and see that. But it's all about Teams Nationals this weekend. I'm so excited for it, Kins, for two factors. Once, we missed out on it last year.
Yep.
Number two, that new track. We know how pumped we got last year, getting excited about that track getting built. And I finally get to go this weekend and see that track in action. And I'm so excited for it. To the person on the Waikaraka page that put, it probably won't even happen, rah, rah, rah. Don't be so negative, mate.
I saw that too.
Life's a lot more happier than that. Get off your couch, get off your chair, get in your car, go to Waikaraka Park, put your backside, trackside, and say, yes, it's going to happen, because that's what's going to happen, mate. I'm pumped for it, you know, and I'm pumped from the weekend. I've got to talk about Hawke's Bay, Miani Speedway over the weekend. I'm tempted to push that button, Kins, because it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Miani cars for the Autumn Nationals. We had Jaden Wood, we had William Humphries, we had Chad Ace, we had the Maybes there. We had all these out-of-towners that came to get us and beat us. And, mate, William Humphries and Jaden Ward and Chad Ace, I'm telling you, they were fast, like seriously, and the track was mint. But I asked for it. Everyone knows what I ask for every week. You don't let an out-of-towner come to your track and take your trophies away, you know. I talk about track code all the time, and people know I'm biased. But Scotty Gallup, mate, 38B, he stepped up, dropped a big set, and just took. But he didn't do it stupidly, you know what I mean? He didn't try to wind these guys off. He just slowed them down. And respect to a man. I interviewed Jaden Wood while I was working for the Pits, mate.
Yeah.
I said, Jaden, nothing against you, mate, but I hope my guys get you tonight, because that's what he goes, yeah, I'm going to talk to the out-of-towners. We're going to put on a show, he says. And that was cool, someone came up to me today and said, I hear you giving to winding up the driver. I said, no, we're just having some banter, Jaden, he loves the hitting. He loves that shit, and that's why he's in the Mustangs this weekend, because he wants to keep teams racing, But, mate, those Hawke's Bay cars, finally, the B stood up and did what it wanted to did, and I'm telling you, it was awesome. And we even got, if you've seen JC Speedway that does the video,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him, but we got to watch our Presidente Regan O'Brien run down the track, jump over the ramp, land, and then skid off and land flat on his ass. It was the biggest cheer of the night, mate. Oh, it was incredible. But, mate, I just want to say, Scotty Gallup, you're a legend, brother. That's why you're a Hawkeye. And it's all about club, and I love it. And I know the guys. I'm pretty sure all those that turned up out of town would have appreciated that too. Because, mate, hey, I'm pumped. You can see I'm pumped about it. I was pumped.
I can tell with your burst of energy. You've been hanging on this for the last few days to announce this tonight, haven't you? I could just tell. And you've let it out. You just let it all out with that energy. Look at that. It's all out.
I get to work a wrecker on Saturday. Woohoo! It's going to be like Donkey Kong, I tell you.
All right. Let's bring Bruce Robertson in to join us. Hey, Bruce, how are you?
Can you hear us, Bruce?
Oh, what's he done?
I've got no sound for some reason.
Oh, he needs to exit and come back. I don't know how to tell him. I'll text him.
You get a hold of him and suss him out, mate. I'll remove him from the screen. You get a hold of him, text him or ring him and suss him out to see what he can do to get back in, because we did all the testing prior to going live, and we were having a good old chat there with Bruce, and just to see how things are playing. He's got some news to let you know about Sunday as well. So we do want him on the start of the show so he can give you a rundown on how things will work for the big event this coming Saturday and Sunday. So he's got a bit of an update he does want to share with you, the race fans out there and everyone out there on the Sunday. So doesn't look like Bruce has got your message as of yet. Books, has he?
Can you tell us? I'm just going to try the private chat thing maybe. Oh, what have I done?
Yeah. See if you can do something to him, and we'll see if we can get him back in. But hey, we'll just bounce back to last Saturday down in Christchurch. Obviously, the supercars are in town. It was a back-to-back weekend from Taupo, and then it went down to obviously Christchurch, and we know one event from last Sunday got canned, so they continued on. But just feeling for the likes of Ryan, the Kiwi there, who was only 7 laps short, I think it was, before the car pulled over to the side, and he just about had one hand on Richard's trophy, and he could have picked it up, but obviously Brock Feeney took away there. But let's talk about the Kiwi, Mr. Payne, who won 2 races down there as well. But good to see that kind of former class in motorsports down in the South Island and running good there as well.
Sorry, I just say, Bruce, if you can hear me, do a thumbs up if you can hear us now. I see he's playing with stuff. Thumbs up for Bruce. No, I'm gonna remove him from the studio, and then he'll know to come back in.
All right, remove him out, and then we'll see what we can do and bring him back in. And there you go, he's gone.
So now I'll just text him because you'll get the text now.
All right, there you go. So joining us, it's a bit of a special night too, because we do have the Panthers jumping on board with us. We have Gary Parks and William Humphreys, and then we'll wrap it up with the
Mustangs,
Wayne Hemi and Brendan Tyre. So we'll just talk a bit around at the moment.
Bruce won't be far, so
we'll jump back in.
I'll ask kids, is anyone watching that went to Miami on the weekend? Give us a comment, because
was there any other speedway happening in the country?
I think maybe
South
Riverside
Island?
got down and got some done, maybe. But I think the rain hit there. I saw a post go up from, was it Shutterworth, Daryl Shutterworth? Was that his
Yeah, something did go up.
I think I saw him put a video up that said that it was video. It just pissed out, came in real fast, So
and Wellington, their big finale, I know, got cancelled as well. So Mother Nature still having its way down there in the capital city, and just thinking of those down there at the moment with what's been going on. They've got more coming their way, and let's see if we can get Bruce in there. Should we bring him in? Try that. Bruce, you there, mate? Bruce?
You got us?
Yeah,
there we go.
Can hear you now.
Look
All
at
right,
that.
nice. Easy. One
Yeah,
man that knows.
I didn't hear any of your introduction. It looked impressive, but didn't sound
I was
like
excited. I was a bit
Oh,
overexcited,
mate.
Bruce. I got a bit excited about Miani and what's happening this weekend up at Wakaraka. So, yeah.
We're telling everyone Bruce was free hot dogs. No, we weren't. Just joking, mate. Just joking. Hey, let's talk about the event. Obviously, we'll move on from last year, but the excitement, obviously, when you take a look at the Met service, looks good. Let's touch wood. The weather looks good for Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be a massive event. We're all excited for more teams action.
Oh, we certainly are. It's just great to be able to get another meeting, actually, because we've had about 5 weeks in a row without a meeting. So it's been a little bit depressing there for a while. But, hey, this is going to be something awesome, that's for sure.
I think so. I think with the 7 teams are really going to put on a show. And, I mean, you look at we said the lineups getting released by the different tracks, Bruce, and it's quite exciting to see some of the names coming through for this event, isn't it? I mean, like the big surprise, I suppose, has been the big talking point all over the internet. It just about broke was the 2 additions to the Mustangs. I mean, what were your thoughts when you saw that? You must have thought, oh, great, this will increase our crowds. This is a great thing, causing the controversy. Everybody will be like, oh, it's going to be Mustangs against this and that. But as we know, nothing's in stone until that final race, is it?
No, that's for sure. Look at the Gisborne's been trying for years to win at Palmy there and never done it. And on paper, you'd think they should win it every year, but it's only finally done it this year to their credit. So, it's just how a team works and a bit of luck going their way too. That's the big thing. So, yeah, it's certainly got people talking, having the couple of the Christchurch team in the Mustangs there. Wayne will be able to crow about that tonight. But
He'll be excited. Hey, let's Wanganui rained or 2. Thanks, Dave. And also little Waharoa got canned. But let's get into it. This Saturday, what can we expect? What time do the gates open and everything like that?
Oh, gates will be open. Well, the pit gates open from about 1 o'clock onwards. So, and we've pulled the start time for the Saturday back an hour. So we'll get the Grand Parade underway probably around about 5 o'clock, and there'll be a practice for the Super Saloons too. We've got about 16, 17 Super Saloons booked to come, and all the top guys as well. So we're looking forward to that, and the Auckland Modified Champs as well. So it's Auckland Modifieds, Auckland Super Saloons, plus we've got the semi-finals and finals of the teams. So it'll be a full-on evening and a lot of fun and a lot of excitement for everybody.
So that's for Sunday. Wow, that's
Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow, kids, I'm excited now. Modifieds, Super Saloons, Super Stocks, teams racing. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that for Wakaraka Park this weekend. I mean, if you're not going, you're a mug. You got to get up there. Seriously, get your backside trackside to that track. I was glad I booked my flights a little while ago, so I don't have to even drive. So I'm stoked.
But you also got the Street Stocks 290s as well. You throw that in there. Yeah, and that's another big event.
They always put on a show, and there's more and more of them coming as the days go by. So, we were scratching for numbers for a starter, but I've obviously heard that it's about to happen, and it's a great event. Street Stocks over 3 heats. So, and then their last heat, they've got an extra special trophy up there for the stirrer and that sort of thing. So it's a great event. And on the Friday night, it's the eliminations. Eliminations are always good, aren't they? They're full on. They've got to get the points, and they've also got to try and win as well. So to get through to the semi-finals, and then
Bruce, can I just stop you there? Yeah. So is it Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday.
When me and kids both went,
Saturday, you've got me right. Yep.
Okay. So Saturday, Sunday,
Saturday.
Okay. All right. That's right.
Cool.
I thought, okay.
We've got stock cars running. We've got stock cars running as well on the Saturday night. So
okay. You got 6 shooters. You got all sorts of LS1
the
sprint
LS1
cars.
sprint cars too, which if nobody's seen them, they're just like a 6-shooter, but they've got the V8 in them. They make the right noise and just got enough power to, throw themselves through the corner and get themselves into trouble as well.
Definitely. So tickets still on the eventfinder.co.nz?
Yeah, tickets from Event Finder, yes.
Okay.
Yep, you can get them one night or both nights on Event Finder. And
And
they'll be
is there
live,
going to be a
live
stream?
streamed as well. The pits will be live streaming it. So both nights, and David Turner will be doing the production for that. So it'll be a good show.
Oh, there you
Awesome.
go, Kins. They've got all their bases. I mean, this is, after talking to Bruce now, it's just made this event just tenfold much better, isn't it? I mean, like, seriously, it's like, I didn't realise we had all these super saloons and modifieds and everything. I was so excited about just getting to Waikareca Park, to be fair, and watching some teams racing, because I wanted to, to be honest, Bruce, I've been so excited last year about the track getting built and all the modifications are done. And I thought, I've got to get there this year. And so I decided my one trip to Auckland this year was going to be for the teams event. So, people say to me, oh, it's not going to happen. I said, yeah, it's going to bloody happen. Of course it is. It's a super teams event. We're going to get there.
It's got to happen. It can't keep on raining forever up there. So
no.
yeah.
So how does that format work? Bruce, how's the format working for some of these people who might be asking that question? How's that all going to work?
Okay. We've seeded for the first night, we've seeded the Panthers as number 3 and the Mustangs as number 6 to stop them clashing on that first night. We don't want the two Palmy teams head to head. And traditionally we do the draw for the rest of the teams. So it'll be 1 versus 2, and then 3 is the Panthers, or they'll verse whoever draws 4. Then you'll have 5. Somebody will draw 5. One of the teams will draw 5, and they'll be up against the Mustangs. And then the 7th team they'll draw 7 as well. And it's the highest points on the first night, then run off against 1 against 6, I think it is, and then 2 and 5 and 3 and 4. And then the highest point scorers there go through the 2 first and second and third and fourth.
So and the draw will be done on the Grand Parade lap. Is that when you're doing
on the Grand Parade lap that we do the draw then? So
yeah,
and we've got about 3 races, so they've got a little bit of time to get prepared and get their tactics together. Like,
yes.
a lot of tactics involved in teams racing, as you guys know. It's most important that the guys get their head around what they're going to do and who's going to do what, and try and stick to it, or have an alternative if things turn to custard.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I just want to bounce back to a question that's popped up here. Any updates or anything you may share with us around the North Island sprint cars, or anything going on there?
North Island sprint cars, we're looking at running them early next season, subject to Speedway New Zealand approval. We've just run out of time this season to do it, and with 3 rainouts on the same meeting, it's just devastating, really, that we've had to go to such an extent, and then each time the weather beats us. But we'll probably run it in November, so it'll still be the 2026 North Island Sprint Car Champs, and it should go off well at that time. And I think that's probably the alternative that we're possibly looking at the moment.
Awesome. Any other last words there, Bruce, you want to share with the viewers online?
Well, yeah, just make sure you buy your tickets, or otherwise, the pits will be streaming it. So it's an expensive meeting to put on, and as you know, to get all those teams there and over a couple of nights, and quite a few of them will need accommodation and that sort of thing. It's a huge event, and to their credit, they've stepped up, and we haven't had the usual struggle to get the teams there. Usually we have a bit of a struggle, but Stratford for the first ones to line up and say we're coming. So to their credit, that's great.
That's
Looking
awesome
forward to a great weekend all round, and I know a lot of the teams are good opportunity to finish off the season and show everybody that who is number 1.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's exciting. Like, seriously, it's mate. I'm losing my words. I just think it's going to be a great event. I think if you're not there, you're just going to miss out so much, especially having a year off from it. I think that gives it a bit more hype. It's a bit like when we lost the Brits there for COVID, and we lost the speed team last year. This year you're back, and we're back with a new track as well.
That new track's going to be a test for them. The bank track and the speed that they're going to be doing, and I think a few of the teams might be able to take advantage of that bank track with a lot of those SuperStocks have got a lot of left weight in them, haven't they? So you've only got to squeeze them against the wall, I think, and they may be
up and over
on their side before they know it.
Yeah, well, history will show teams events, the teams nationals over the years, that wall is such an unforgiving wall. And some of these drivers we're going to talk to and managers, they would know this firsthand. It's such a different place when you compare it maybe to Palmy, in regards to teams and what it attracts. Because, man, that wall.
Yeah, this new wall and this new wall is totally different from the old wall. The old wall was pretty rickety, and this is a fabulous new wall with got the step on the bottom, as most of the tracks around the country have got, and we've got
the bank slope too, isn't it? The track slope, so it helps sort of.
Oh yeah, the track track banks goes to the height of the old wall, so.
Wow.
So the track is at the height of the wall is at the new wall's on top of the old wall basically. So
wow. So these guys are really going to have to change their whole tactics, I think, for driving that Waikareca from what it used to be, aren't they?
Oh, totally. Yeah. There's nothing similar. You've got two gates in and out now. The in gate is just near the club rooms, and the out gate is on the far side. So you come out just as you're going into turn 3. You're off the out gate there, and the new pits are just stunning. They're like Palmerston pits. You're working on concrete, and you park your tow vehicle on the grass, and then you're working off the back of your vehicle, and it's just a whole new era for Waikareca, and. Awesome. Thanks to the Auckland Council that they came to the party there, and the club have certainly gained a lot from what's been done there. That's for sure.
Brilliant. All right, mate. Well, look, thanks as always, Bruce, for joining us on the show, giving us the rundown, the breaking news. Sunday, 5 o'clock, it all starts. So that's the announcement. We'll see you up there, Bruce. Catch up in Auckland this weekend.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you there.
See you, Booker. Yeah.
See you, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, mate. Bye-bye.
Well, there you go. Awesome. It's getting there. It's getting there, isn't it? It's exciting stuff. I'm pumped. I really am pumped. I can't wait to get on that plane on Friday. Then I have to wait another night before I can go to Speedway. It's just not on. I'd fly tomorrow if I could, but
you want to land, mate, but you'll be real good. All right, let's bring in the Panthers. We've got Gary Parks with us, and William Humphries is going to join us. Both of them, welcome into the show, gentlemen.
Yep. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, very good. Very good.
We're good. How are you? How are you, Mr. Parks? How are you?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, looking forward to the weekend. It's like Bruce said, it's a whole new thing up there, and it'll be very interesting to see how it all unfolds on that new track.
Yeah, I think by the sounds of how he's talking, I think these drivers are going to have to change a bit of their tactics. Ones that have known the old Waikareca, like yourself, William. But after you hear what Bruce said, do you sort of had any thoughts on how he's saying the bank and the banking, and then the lip on the wall and?
Yeah. I heard it was banked, but you're just going to have to. I think it's going to be hard to push a car off the end. They're going to be able to rotate and get around the turn. I think it's going to be try and wall cars down the straight and whatnot, because it's going to be hard to get someone out wide around the corner, I think, if they're onto it.
Because you're thinking because there's such big corners there now, and they could just power out of it. Do you reckon, eh?
Yeah, power out of it. The banking's going to hold that blocking car down, and it's a long way out to the wall before that extra width.
Already hear it. You can hear the tactics.
I'm excited. It's going to be interesting, the tactics and stuff. And everybody will be thinking they'll get to the track. I reckon half these drivers that haven't been there, well, first thing to do is walk out and look at the track so you can actually see how much bank is actually there, because it's not easy to tell looking at pictures and on the TV, is it? So, so I'm looking forward to that part of it too. But Gary, you've been managing the Panthers there for a while now, mate, and an ex-Panther yourself. We thought we'd get the perspective this time around for our build-up with the managers as well, not just the drivers. So how much are you a part of that role? How much role do you play at the actual event? With your meetings, because you got some experienced guys, do you let them talk a bit, or do you have the main, how does that all work for you as a manager?
Well, this is sort of a changing thing. There's more the drivers are having more input into other teams, and we've been watching what other teams are doing, and the Gisborne boys and the Christchurch boys, the drivers are having a lot more input into what's happening out on the track. And so a lot of us, we're sort of stepping back a little bit as far as putting tactics in place. We're letting them build their own tactics, and this has sort of really come on board since Palmy teams, where we struggled to get a good result. And Wanganui, it worked really well. The guys did their own thing, and in reality, they didn't do anything that I or Scotty wouldn't have put forward to them, but because it came from themselves, they put it forward, and they really rose to the occasion and did it with real gusto,
Yeah, that's a good answer there, because that input is value. We talk about the on track, what can happen and can unfold there, but also the off track side of things. It's good to have that input from drivers. William, he's pretty well on mark there, William, when you think about it. It's valued input from the drivers.
Yeah, it is. Well, it gives us all, like Gary said, it was a new thing after Palmy, after we didn't really fire there. And went into Wanganui just trying something, and it worked. But it's good. Well, I think it just helps with all the drivers being comfortable. Everyone's got a bit more say. Makes them, everyone a lot more invested in the team as well, I think. And it's up to, we come up with our own ideas, so then the pressure's on us as well to go and execute our ideas as well. So, no, it's good, and everyone's stepped up in Wanganui and, proved that it's definitely a team we can go out there and win it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like you saying you feel more invested as a driver because you've come up with the idea. So I think that's a good motivator too, Kins. When you think about it for them, if they've come up with the idea and now they've got to make it work, their investment to that becomes a little bit more. I think, like William said, opposed to if Gary said, "Oh, I want you guys to do this, this, and this," then you go, "Yep, I'll do my job." But if you've said I've got to do this, then do you feel more onus then, William, to make sure that it happens?
Yeah. Well, you said at a team meeting, I say, right, I think I want to do this and this will work. So then I have to go out and I have to do it because I've said, yep, let's do it, and someone else comes up with an idea. They could be watching something, come up with a little trick or whatever, and they say, yep, we should try this. And then that person knows they have to go execute it as well because it's their idea. You can't just, we all got to act on what we say. And like I said, it worked at Wanganui, got us into the finals, and the team was looking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I suppose, you got the captain of the team, Rebecca Barr, Scott Williams, Scott Doblin's back, Kai Rowe, Trent James, and you'll be pretty happy with that team, and that's what you got to take up to Auckland this Saturday and Sunday, Gary.
Yeah, well, it is, and I mean, that's the team we've had all season, and they have gelled really well, and they're a really team that I'm quite buzzy about, really, because they're confident within themselves, and like I say, coming away from a good result in Wanganui, I think they'll only get better in Auckland.
Yeah, when you're looking at drivers, Gary, I've asked managers this before, so I haven't asked you obviously, but when you're looking at the season, you're looking at your drivers. You got teams during the year. The teams events you've got, which are Waikaraka and Parby, and now obviously Wanganui stepped up with a meeting as well. But do you look at your drivers that you normally have, but what do you do when you're looking at another driver? Do you go and say to them, "Hey, look, we're watching you. If you're keen, show us what you can do," or how do you mentor someone that's coming through that's new?
Well, they're always, if they're that keen, they'll actually come to you and they'll say, "What do I have to do to get in there?" And when you're looking at selecting a team, it's a whole package. It's their crew. It's how they fit into the bunch and their backing, and they've got to have the spares. They've got to have everything else that goes with it. They can't just be the top driver in an old shitty car. That'll never work, So we do look at the whole package. And certainly. I mean, I've got guys that have actually come to me this season that have said they want to make the Panthers for next season. What do they have to do to get in there? And really, I don't like influencing drivers to do things on the track. They've just got to do what they're comfortable doing. So it's just work with them, but keep them in the groove and keep talking to them.
That's something interesting you said there, Gary, which surprised me, Kins, as well, was I've never really thought about, but also the crews of those cars, because you want everybody to gel, don't you? You don't want a car, the driver would gel, but the crew won't gel with them, you know? I mean, and we talk about it so much about how important the off-track stuff is to make the on-track stuff work. So Gary pointing out that as a thing, I've never actually thought about it that side of it, eh?
I would guess, it's such an important thing off the track because their camaraderie, it grows, especially when you prepare yourself for big teams events, and everyone's got to get on the same page and be focused, because at the end of it all, it's these guys in this particular case, Lady, that's going to lay it out on the track. They're representing their club. Gary can only do so much. William can do so much, but I'm guessing that team morale behind the scenes is working perfect. You would hope, fingers crossed, Gary, that it all comes out the other end with a good result.
Yeah, and I mean, this showed at Wanganui. I mean, it was a real buzz. The highlight of Wanganui's meeting to me was talking to the team after the meeting, and we'd lost the final. We didn't win the final. We should have won the final. We were driving good enough. They all performed good enough. But coming off the track, they were all happy. They'd been beaten, but they'd been beaten fair on the track, but they were all buzzy and happy, and finish of teams in Palmy, but the heads were down and they were defeated, but there they were happy to be there, and they were a team, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear, Aikens, obviously, William, you didn't get to go in the final, but that's because of your car, but you must have been sitting back watching. You're just as proud watching your teammates go the way they did, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we ended up just pushing out, just like I watched from the infield. But it was definitely good to watch them, and the whole team just all night just worked as a team, and on and off the track as well. Going back to the crew, there was cars down, so everyone's crew was in helping get everyone's cars out there. There was not one person that was just doing it for themselves. Everyone was in there to help each other and just get the best result we could. We went in confident, and everyone was having fun and enjoying it, and then that shows on track. That's the best way to go into the meeting if you're confident and everyone's looking forward to it, enjoying what you're doing, and it helps. It helps, and definitely, you're not on the back foot from the get-go. You're keen, you're ready to go. So that's a big part of it too.
Yeah, it's the confidence, Box, that builds that mindset, because once you go through the pit gate, in this case, you got two gates you're going to go in and out up at the new track now, and but the focus, once you pull the helmet down and you're ready to go, once that flag's dropped, you got to do your job, whatever your job is and how to do, and just hope people do their job. And it's hard. I presume, I would guess, well, when you're in a role in doing a job and then it doesn't go to bloody plan, because things can change just like that on the grid. We've seen it so often. And if I go back to Palmy, how many cars just put the brakes on right on the start? And if you had a role to do your role in a certain team, man, it just changes. And I suppose what's good about drivers these days, they can adapt. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, that's a lot of it is adapting, because you got no idea what that other team's doing off the line. You can kind of guess, but then your guess is probably wrong. So you just got to be able to adapt and just be ready to adapt. You can have your role or whatever you talk about at the start. It's more just talk about scenarios rather than the plan. And if everyone's ready to adapt, then you're good. But definitely, you've got to be ready to change roles at the drop of a hat. Like you could end up planning on being a runner, you have to block from the get go, or whatever. It just constantly changes.
Harley's got a question for you, mate. Do you need help to prep your car this week? And he misses you from Harley Rob.
Yep. He can come. Need to set up.
So Gary, for you, you were a team racer. I remember I grew up at Palmy, so I'm born and bred Palmy, but I remember watching yourself and Brian Anderson and Dave Evans and all those guys racing teams. How much, it must blow you away how much it's changed over the years to when you race to now. Back then we could all sit back and watch and go, well, we know Gary Parks is going to run. He's the fastest guy on the track, and Dave Evans is going to block and blah, blah, blah. But now your whole team can do either role, can't it? So it must be how much has that changed for you making those decisions from that to then to now?
Well, it's similar, but it's different. Back then, if you were a flyer, which I was a flyer, and I was no good at blocking, but if you had to block, you still had to do it. You had to try and be versatile. It is still similar in my eyes. But it is changing in that everybody is as good as everybody else. There's no standout in the team, and that's where the 6-car thing makes it hard too, because you've now got 4 cars out on the track. Who do you sit out? Who do you not sit out? It's that's made a big difference to the planning of a team's races as well. But compared to the old days, it's still the same principles. It's still the same rules as what we raced to back then. So there's not a huge amount of difference, to be honest.
It's interesting. I was wondering about that perspective, kids. Like you don't know. I've never been a race. I've just sat back and watched and thought I knew it all in the stands, like everybody else. But we know nothing. It's
some people tend to differ, though. They think they know it all on the bloody keyboards.
Yeah.
They know every bloody thing sitting in the grandstand.
The car jump on the track. There's a big difference of feeling. That's for sure. The speed these guys travel, William and them guys. Like I'm watching William at Miani on the weekend. The speed though, I'd shit myself going to the corner. I wouldn't know what to do. I get there that fast. Like, holy shit. I remember a driver years ago at Parvey did that. He bought Gary Parks' motor and Gary set the car up and from Wellington, he took off down to the straight. Remember that, Gary? He got the turn 1. He didn't know what to do. He got there so fast, he hit the wall and rolled himself. So, these guys, you got to take your hat off. I take my hat off to you guys that race and that, especially you team racers, William, but that you guys are next level, I think, for intensity, Aikens.
Oh, definitely. The true entertainers of the sport, and you couldn't see a better way to wrap up this coming weekend in Speedway because, most tracks have either, by no fault of their own, have finished their finales under wet conditions. There's still the odd track racing around the countryside. There's a lot more going on over Kingsbird, the weekend up in Taipai and other small tracks, but these guys are the true entertainers and they can't do it without their families and their crews. But the other main part of this, William, and I know you got the poster there, is your sponsors. Make them a bit of a shout out.
Yep, definitely. The sponsors are a massive part of it. So I've got a bit of a list here. I can't really read, so it is our main sponsors. For all our good sponsors, we've got F&R Installation Panels Limited, Double R Construction, QDC, Quality Demolition. We've got CEG, the Cobb here in town, PTS Logistics, Big Barrel, City Smart Repairs. I had trouble with this one last time. TECA Movers Limited. Jake Baker Investigative Services, Subway, Lucas Oil, Auto Interiors, Cranston Engineering, Sign Fusion, and Sharp Airs Group Limited. They are our good sponsors, so support those who support us.
Yeah, 100%. Well done,
awesome.
Mate. You didn't miss one.
Eh? He's lucky his boss at home had him sorted, eh? Do you take the family with you this weekend, William, or you just go up by yourself with your crew?
Just me, the old man, and one of our crew, Liam. But yeah, that between us, we can pretty much fix anything between races, apart from bloody little electrical issues like them in Wanganui. Apart from that, no, we'll be sweet.
I hope you've packed the spare sensor, have you, William?
Yeah, I got one.
Look at the boss has spoken there. See, lucky he had that on hand.
Yeah. That's all I need.
You got any other last words, Gary, before we wrap it up with you guys?
Oh, no, just that it's a pleasure to do this. It'll be a pleasure to go to this meeting because it's a different track and it's like William said earlier, we always used to race Auckland and you used to know that you could actually nail that car. If you were on their tail going into turn 1, you knew you could nail them coming out of turn 2, whereas that's all gone. It's all a new thing. So it'll be a very interesting meeting up there.
Awesome. Any last words, Paul?
Nah, apart from hopefully we win.
It's supposed to be we're going to win. You've got to be confident, mate.
Yeah, confidence, and just all look forward to it, and it should be good. Hopefully, a good warm up on the weekend with Hawke's Bay, like you're saying earlier on. But yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. You got some fans
guys.
popping in there.
That. Yeah.
Bring it on. There's a man
from Amanda McDonald. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of support for you guys on the words there on the social media side of it. So that's awesome.
Gary, thanks for joining our show. It took a little while, but we got you in on the show. So thanks to your lovely wife.
Yeah, she did a good job, didn't she? I don't know. We only managed to get on the phone, so I'm getting sick of holding it.
We'll try and work out what went wrong for next time, mate.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. See you
later.
later.
See ya.
Bye.
There we go. Well, we got them there in the end, which is good. And good to see the support coming through from everybody for the Panthers. I'm loving it. Loving the comments. Aikens, it's good to see everyone supporting their teams. And just remember, when you get to Waikaraka Park this weekend, it's great to have passion and support your team, but you don't need to get personal and angry at the opposition. You know, you can do it without being a dick, basically. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's celebrate this weekend. Mate, can we finish? The time's going too slow. It needs to be Friday already. Let's bring in Wayne and Brendan. Here they are, our Mustangs. Hey guys, how are you?
G'day, fellas. How are you, mate?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. How are things with you down at the moment? I know you just found out you're in a bit of a swimming pool down in the capital, mate. But man, it's pretty buggered down there. We've seen it all on the news and everything. But how are you in the family at the moment?
Yeah, no, we're good. Like, obviously, I'm in Upper Hutt down in Wellington, and we went out Saturday. There's definitely some rain. We didn't know how we were going to get home for a while. There was a bit of flooding after we left, and we were kind of committed down the motorway. But then today, I've been busy working all day and stuck at a desk all day and on the phone. And it wasn't until I was watching the news, I could see out the window it was shit weather. But I had the boys messaging, and I didn't check till like just before 6. Yeah, no, we're not going to the shed. We can't get there. And then see that we're in a state of emergency. And so, yeah, no, it is definitely pretty bad, and feel sorry for watching the news. There's some massive flooding around the place, and it is smashing a lot of people as well. And I see like in Wainui, they're getting evacuated in that at the moment as well in some areas. So it is pretty bad.
Wayne, welcome into the show. Always good to have you on the show, mate. And you'll be familiar with obviously knowing the Wellington background and some of the areas that have been damaged with Mother Nature over the last 24 hours. They've got more coming, mate. Pretty tough down there in Wellington at this stage.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty sad to see, actually. I mean, I was brought up in Island Bay, and Island Bay's getting hit really hard, and brought up there with Ron Tai, actually. So we lived down there, and yeah, it's devastating to see, and I've never seen that in my whole life. So just hopefully, this weather pushes past, and we can salvage what we can salvage up there. So
awesome. Well, the focus obviously switches over to this Saturday, Sunday. Teams actions back into it. Mate, you've been in the thick of it over the recent few teams event, though, Brendan. But Wayne, mate, bring on Auckland, this Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, really exciting to get back to Auckland. I mean, we missed Auckland last year and ended up in Wanganui. But I've done my fair share of team racing up in Auckland and loved the old track. It was probably my favourite team racing track. But like obviously, listening to Bruce and the new surface and with the new wall, and it's going to be, we're going to have to, look at the track and work it out. So none of the Mustangs, I don't think any of the Panthers have ever raced on it, so it's all new to us.
Yeah, I think the only ones that would have raced on it is probably the Auckland boys. So that's a bit of a worry. But I think you guys are all pretty good drivers and pretty cunning when it comes behind the wheel. I think you'll figure it out pretty quick, smart, to be fair. But I was just thinking before I was off what I was thinking about. Kim was talking about. So do you change your tactics a bit this weekend now? Because when you come up against Auckland, now that Cody Mack's back up there,
we know all the secrets.
Yeah, he's been giving us bad advice and telling us the wrong gears to run.
See, obviously the big talking point was when the news got announced today. The 2026 Mustangs lineup: Justin Roberts, Tyler Walker, Matt Barkley's back. Brendan, you're the captain. But obviously the other two names who have been thrown in amongst us, and I know, Jaden, you're on the show watching tonight as well. Jaden Ward and Scott Tennant,
Good, really good lineup. Good to definitely bringing in Jaden and Scott. Massive experience. We've already we've all raced this year. You can ask Matt when you see him. He loves his car in green. He loves it more than any other colour. So he won't agree to that to anybody, but he tells us. But yeah, it's kind of it's been really good. The other four of us have all raced together in some form this year. And then bringing in their experience as well. What a massive lineup to take away this weekend coming in green.
And the green,
It is,
eh?
Yeah, it is a way, because obviously there was a lot of talk around the Glen Eagles team with what happened in Palmy, where they're going to come back up to Auckland and try and get something back up there, whether it be on a podium or whatnot. But obviously that's not happening when you see the release of Jaden and Scott coming into your team. How good is it to have the caliber of those drivers who've been at the top of their game after back-to-back in Palmerston to be part of the Mustangs lineup?
For me, it's amazing because, and I say this with a lot of respect, but, I've always looked at Jaden Waters being a local Palmy boy. He was a kid running around the pits watching us race, and his dad was an amazing racer, and he's, born and bred Palmy, and he kind of decided to, exit, and he ended up at Christchurch, and good on him for doing that. Malcolm Natai and that have looked after him, and total respect for that. But for Jaden to do a bit of a loop and come back and hop in with us to go to Auckland's, we couldn't be more prouder than that for him to come back. But we've also got to make an announcement that and acknowledge that we've lost a couple of our drivers that actually open that gap up. We've got Ron Ty couldn't race, and Matty Demansa couldn't race either. So it opened a gap up for us. So Scotty Tennant's been he's an amazing driver. I mean, I can remember racing back with the Panthers way back, 10, 15 years ago, and Scotty Tennant was dangerous back then when he was racing for Auckland. He's just got a very special, skill set, and he's improved on that, especially with his car, with his QTR and the speed he's got, and so bring those two boys in. We're really excited to line up.
It's not a given though, is it? Everyone's sort of getting this big hype about it, but the team still needs to gel, don't we? You
Correct.
Need to see that gel on the track. So I hope it all goes well. But for yourself, I was talking to when I asked the same question before to Gary, is as a manager, you're an ex-driver as well, teams racer, same as Gary. You've both done a hell of a lot for the sport and a lot of racing. How do you approach it as a manager with the meetings and with young people coming through and mentoring and stuff like that? What's your approach towards all of that, Wayne?
We've probably got a different, strategy versus, because I listen to, the Panthers strategy, but we're probably a little bit different. And I'm pretty lucky to have, Kerry Podolsky, who's been with me since day dot, managing the Mustangs, and we were pretty fortunate to also get Jordan. I mean, obviously it was pretty sad that he retired, but he's coming in a management role with us. So we probably approach it a little bit different of the way that we, get a race plan together and that. And I think between the three of us, Kerry Podolsky was one of the best blockers ever to come into a team. He was, the Wanganui's heartbeat, when you're racing against him, you had to be, he robbed me over a few times when I was a So, and then, I mean, obviously I was always, generally off the front row and as a flyer. And then we've got Jordan he's a youthful person, he really connects well with the drivers. So between the three of us, we have different skill sets, but bringing those together, we can discuss race plans. And I think the way that we probably look at a strategy is we look at how we're going to race. We're not overly concerned about how they're going to race us. We've got to come up with our strengths and focus on our strengths and weaknesses and identify those as a group and select our drivers to try and get that job done. But I think with utter respect, I mean, we're very lucky to have Brendan as a captain. Last year we had Jordan as our captain, and really, really good leaders. And I thought about that today, and both of these guys are self-employed and played rugby, and Brendan used to be in the army. Like they've been in group environments, and I think having them as our captains over the last couple of years has really made a really good team environment for our Mustang group. And and I'm not saying this, I mean, I'm not sure whether a lot of people know, but Brendan's my nephew, we're very close, but he I'm really wowed by him. He just brings a really good skill set, and not just into the Mustang group, but just in general, just in everything he does, he just brings a really good hype and vibe, and that's what gets our drivers up.
Wow. I didn't know he was in the army, kids. I look at him now, I think, he's got that army look about him, old Brendan, eh?
But if you take the head off, you'll know straight away. But just to commend Wayne on his words, Brendan. From someone of his many years of experience, and I remember watching Wayne way back in the day, and Ron crowing around with him and knocking back in the good old days. I remember that even Wayne's dad, and I'm going back into the 90s and 80s and stuff and everything like that. But those are some nice words said towards you there, Brendan.
Yeah, me and Wayne have got a really, really good relationship. Obviously, we're related as well, and so and I've grown up around Speedway with him and with the old man, and it's in our blood. But like for me, like the C is and the captain is just a title. Really, it comes down to the team. It's about that team energy, the team bonding. Like even bringing the other two boys in this weekend. Like we all actually get along. Me and Jaden have been getting along for years. We've smashed each other and we've helped each other in different meetings, And so I think that's what it's about. Our chat goes off. We just kind of keep that vibe, and so to me it's just a title to the side, and it's how we all connect, and not just on the track but off the track. It comes down to the management. We thank the management every single time, because man, the work that they do to make our lives easy. We know where we're going, what time we've got to be there. Everything's organized. We've got to feed in the pits. There's water. There's everything. So that helps with just that whole team connection that I think helps perform on the track at the same time. You can have lots and lots of skills, but bringing that team together is the number one priority, to be able to bond together and have a laugh together, and and have that good environment.
I think the years book say we've done the teams build-up, whether it's to the Auckland team, we've just done the recent Wanganui, we do the Palmy Run build-up as well. You hear a lot of this chat. They got a little chat going on, good old messengers going to town. Yeah. But it's so important, and what's happening off the track is such as a valuable part of the success of a team to what they do in amongst themselves. We hear it quite often. It got highlighted to us not that long ago, and look, everyone seems to be doing it.
Yeah, well, we've always said that, haven't we, kids? We've always said that you see the winners on the track are the ones that are having so much fun off it, and a credit to Gizzy winning this year, but you see they spend a whole week together in one shed bonding, and that showed on the track, and that makes a big difference, I think. And to be fair, some teams have struggled this year to get numbers, and that's just the economy and the way it is going. But if you can build your team, and if these guys, the Mustangs, we've seen them over the years, they've always chopped and changed, but lately we've seen more of the same people in your team in the Mustangs, which is a good sign, because I see that bonding happening, and Brendan's looks like a pretty easy chap to get along with, and watch you laugh all the time, and and interact with the fans. And that's another thing, the way the team interacts with the fans also helps, doesn't it? Because when they go on the track, they get that roar, and that roar pumps you up. Would you say that way? If the way the team interacts with the fans helps with them on the track as well, because you get that big roar as you come on, because the fans love you so much.
Yeah, I think so. For us, when we took the Mustangs over, 3 or 4 years ago, we just made sure that we built a really good culture and in our team, and we do live by it. We don't blame anyone. Some of our races have been turned over, and last year I got pretty mad, actually. I was up in the referee's box. I was going to strangle someone, and the referee kind of had a really crappy call, and I had to challenge it, but I've had to readjust myself as a manager because I'm not racing for Red Walker Motorsports. I'm not racing for Wayne Hemi. I can't go and just make these pretty harsh, decisions, and so I've got to represent our group of drivers, and that's got to be done with professionalism. And so this year I made sure that I changed my way. I managed that and had respect for everyone, and that goes back to our driving group. And we win and lose as a team, and unfortunately we've had some bad calls against us, and I was really proud of the team to be able to bond together. A bit disappointed. We have a beer and we leave the bus with a smile on our face, and we still have a good time. And I think that's the key. It's making sure that our drivers, and just not our drivers, but our crew, because our crew's just as important, and our families are just as important as our drivers. So we really make sure that we put a big emphasis on that to make sure the whole whānau, we can call it, is united. And even to the point when we had Matt Buckley come and race for us at Palmerston North, and he left us to go to the Warriors. And we knew that was always on the card, but Brendan, we left him in our group, in our chat. And, we still respected him regardless of where that was going to go, but he's come back. So, we just respect all that. And when we had Cody come and, join us at Wanganui, he was awesome when he came in. He was pretty funny, wasn't he, Brendan? He brought a really good sense of humour. And but I, just for my sake, I learn as well, and I'll learn off Jaden and Scotty T that, the way that they have been racing, and they're very successful, and they are the pinnacle of team racing at the moment. But we will also learn as managers from them as well. So it's just not always our way. We've also got to evolve as managers and learn how they, how they be managed by Christchurch, and hopefully we can learn from that as well and evolve and make sure that the Mustangs are strong in the future.
100% right, and it's all about that. And I like your philosophy around. You always got that open book. You're always learning. We're all learning. And if we keep that mindset, we should get along, and let's hope you kind of get the results coming on through. Do you know Olivia Squire there, Brendan? She wants your autograph this weekend.
That's all PG's daughter.
Got to give an autograph, mate. You got to give an autograph there. No, it's all good. Sweet as. All right, so you got the crews, you got the fun, you got everyone involved there, but obviously one of you gentlemen are going to have one of the integral parts of it, and that's a big thank you to the partners who make this team roll in and get ready for the big event this coming Saturday, Sunday. Don't forget, start time on Sunday, 5 o'clock, as Bruce said earlier on in the interview. Just remember, it's 5 o'clock. They've got all sorts. Check it out on their Facebook page. You'll see all the racing. But who's got your sponsors here, gentlemen?
I brought them up in case Wayne said he was going to do it, but he might set me up. So yeah, he's going to bring them up in case I get up big time.
Well, there you go, Brendan. You can roll with it.
I brought our poster up just in case
poster.
Okay. But yeah, obviously, like you said, we can't do it. It's the crew and everything as well that are there. Like you can't go teams racing without good crew, and it's not just your crew; it's everyone's crew. So yeah, big shout out. Like we've had really good year this year. Everyone just bonds in, dives down. Whoever's got damage gets in. So just want to say a massive thanks to them and their families in that first before we kick into obviously our sponsors who really help us. They've helped us this year get around the country, and with fuel prices at the moment and trying to get around. So, some of that funds goes towards that and travel, and that helps us all out as well. So big shout out for our main sponsor this year is Mike Burrow. So he's been massive for us this year, and hopefully he'll carry on. We've got Benchtop Surfaces, Sign Fusion, Mag and Tyre Hastings, Manawatu Nissan, Giants Oil and Lubrication, Jake Baker's Investigative Services, Speedway Garage, and Helen Bank Haulage.
Awesome.
So yeah, massive shout out to all of them for helping us out.
He done well, Wayne. He done well.
He did do well, but just to add to that, the economy is really tight at the moment, and I just really want to put a big shout out to everyone, because just not the Mustangs and our sponsors, but all the sponsors that are supporting all the teams to get there, because it's pretty tough. And we had to reach out, and Russell and Tanya Harrod from Mike Perro, Manawatu, Palmerston North, they really have supported us, and they've helped us get to Auckland as well. So just a big shout out to everyone. And we just wind it back a little bit. We talked about some strategy plans, and I think kind of like when you look at the Giants, they're certainly dominating the team racing circuit this year, and good on them. They're a good bunch of drivers, and they're young and keen. But when I look at them, like if we're looking at them to race, they're racing the stock car class together as well. And spend a lot of time. So you said they spend a week together in the workshop getting their cars ready, but they've actually spent the whole season together. Yeah. And that's kind of, how well they're gelled. So, we've got to try and focus on that. And that makes them so strong. And it's just like Brendan and Tyler Walker, they're racing in the stock car class together as well. So there's a lot of teams that are got really good connections, and they've really bonded together across stock cars and the super stocks, and they bring that to the meetings that we have to try and strategize against.
And strategy goes out the window from corner one sometimes.
It does. And I mean, to be honest, and I don't want to say too much, but, I've got to give credit to our drivers, Justin and Matt at Wanganui. Like we had to come up with a different race plan, and Parks and them go, well, they leave that to the drivers. Well, we don't do that. We actually strategize our own race plans as managers and sell it to the drivers. They done really, really well. And we put them in roles that they weren't comfortable, overly comfortable doing or hadn't done. But what we're getting from them is mentoring them. And we're mentoring our younger drivers that they can multiple roles, because they expect everyone they're going to go out and run at the front, but we've actually reversed that and put them in a position where they had to learn that. And hey, we didn't win some of the races there, but they're learning a skill set, and I can guarantee you that they're going to be amazing drivers in the coming years, and we're really excited about where the Mustangs are going. So
cool.
We talk about the Mustangs having a core group of drivers. I think that's going to get stronger as we go evolve over the next few years.
Awesome, love it. We'll end it on that note. It is that whole bond and everything. And like Wayne said, it's a bit of mentoring. That's a big key to it, because there's a bigger goal. It's a long-term goal for a lot of these teams as well. You can't just expect things to happen and be one-hit wonders overnight. No. It takes work. It takes time. It takes passion. It takes commitment. And there's a lot of people, like Brendan said, the families, the crews, everyone, and the sponsors that drives into it. But it's acknowledgement to every single driver that's going to head up there this Saturday and Sunday, put themselves out there on the track for entertainment. So please get along and enjoy it, because they've had 5 rubbish meetings up there in Auckland for all sorts of reasons. We all know that. And there's one other word I want to say. Look, don't go bad-mouthing on the good old comments. Be positive and get up there, put your backside trackside, and enjoy the entertainment that these drivers put on for you, because the season's coming to an end. You can sit there and go play tiddlywinks in the off-season, because, these are our entertainers of the show. They are the modern-day gladiators. They cost them a lot in their back pockets to put on a show for us. So, as Booker and I always says, get your backside trackside. Enjoy Saturday, Sunday. Don't forget to Sunday. It's 5 o'clock. Don't turn up there and whinge and moan that no one bloody told you. Hey, we're telling you now. 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
We'll see you the love of the pits when you see Brennan. Just go give him a big hug.
Yeah. Go salute him like an army.
Anytime.
Cheers, gentlemen. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks, team.
Thanks for you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Very cool.
That's awesome. I can see the Mustangs developing, Kins. It's like we talked for years about how Wanganui was getting the same team and bonding. Then they lost a couple of those people that they had in there because they sold their cars. And I see the Mustangs now starting to build. And like Wayne said, he's got Matt Demenza and that they might not have won the races, but they developed them at Wanganui, and that's only strengthens them as it goes on forward. So I like that. I like that idea that they're not just there to try and win; they're there to develop their team. And yes, we see it in like Wanganui was like that for years, weren't they? And then they had lost a few, and so I hope the Mustangs can stick together for longer periods and wish them all the best. So yeah, and this weekend they're certainly going to be a team to be trifled with, but. Like I said, mate, it's you're bringing two new guys in again. Although their skill set is very, very high of Scotty T and Jaden, it's all about gelling still on the track and knowing each other's weaknesses and strengths. So I hope I wish them all the best, and I'm looking forward to it, mate. Seriously. Holy snap and duck shit. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Well, once I finish here, I'm going to go talk to my lovely wife, and she says, hey, get on the event finder, buy me some tickets. I'm going up on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I'm looking forward to, I'm like you, Books, I'm looking forward to the qualifying. That's going to be huge. And then on Sunday with the Auckland Super Saloon Champs on Sunday, the Street Stocks 290s and the Auckland Modified Champs. Don't forget to also you have the PTS 2000 winner take. So this will be a big weekend for them, and please get up there and support them, because Bruce and his team up there, they've been through a tough 5 weeks, a real tough 5 weeks.
And I'll put a challenge out to the people, mate. Get your backside trackside, and I reckon you can't out-scream me when it comes to screaming for the fans for the drivers on the track. if you can hear me above everyone else at the track, then you're not loud enough. Get that voice ready for the weekend and support Waikaraka Park and this team's event, because Brewster's team, they really struggled this year, and I want to see them finish on a bloody big high. And you got to try and be louder than me, and I'm pretty loud, kids. I can be loud, I've got no Bay to cheer for, but I'm going to cheer for every team this weekend, mate, and I'll take my hat off to whichever team wins. But I'm backing them all, kids.
Okay, we're back again tomorrow night. Multiple fences, 7:30 tomorrow night. We do continue on with more teams on Wednesday as well. Don't forget to also, already as Bruce said these seeded teams, and the draw will be done in the big grand parade on Saturday. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Thinking of you all down in the capital city of Wellington at this time. But to everyone out there, we'll catch you back. Same place, 7:30. Thank you to William, Gary, and also Wayne and Brendan, and even Bruce as well. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks, team.
Holy snap and duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot, Nanny.
Oh.
Holy snap and duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot, Nanny.